Hello everybody, it's Janine here with my assistant's dog, canine partner Pugsley, sat next to me at my studio space. He's in his jacket today as I needed to take a photograph of him for something else, and he's also wearing his new artist collar that I thought you'd all like to see. I thought that was a bit of fun for him to wear. So today I'm going to be using my Derwent Inktense blocks, but for this project you can use whatever you like. I think probably something water-based that you can splash around might be best, but you use what you have. Today I thought we could have a go at creating some messy art, and you might think, why would you want to do that? So this is what I'm going to be chatting about in this video. The other week I was watching a video by Kim Delos about messy art, and as I was watching that I thought, wow, this is what I'm trying to encourage other people to do, to be free within their art. So this video is inspired by Kim Delos' video. I'll link her channel and that video in the description below. Thank you, Kim, for the inspiration. So I think it's great to create messy art sometimes, just where you have no expectations, and you don't worry about the outcome. And messy art can help you, free up your art, and it's a great way to kind of be able to express yourself and your emotions. I think it's important to think about making big gestural marks and not getting caught up in the details for this. I think it's a great mindset to have. I think often we can get really caught up in how it has to be perfect and no mistakes in it, and I think this is like a really sort of freeing exercise to do through the groups I do, Creative Minds, that I explained in my introductory video. So the amount of times I've been told by people at those groups, my art teacher told me that I was no good at art and not to take art up, and that really saddens me, because art is about being able to express yourself and being able to be creative, and it doesn't necessarily matter about the outcome. And I feel that when I'm creating art, the moment I tell myself, oh, this has to be good enough to go into an exhibition, then I worry about it too much, and it just often doesn't work out. So I almost tell myself, this is just play, and then that way some of it doesn't work out, and some of it does. And I think it's better to be free and not so worrying, and then it makes the process more therapeutic, and it's more about the process, which I think is really important when we're thinking about our mental well-being. It's to do with the process, and another thing I've noticed while I'm doing my Creative Minds groups is often people will, they won't like their own work, but they love everybody else's around them. And another interesting thing is, if you keep your work for like a couple of weeks and don't look at it, and then look back at it a while later, even longer than a couple of weeks, and then I think you can have a different perspective on it and actually really quite like that work. So I encourage people not to throw away their artwork, and to look back on it in the future, and often you can see it with fresh eyes and see fresh things within that. Hello to anyone, by the way, who normally comes along to my Creative Minds groups. I hope you're enjoying these videos. A slightly different approach, obviously trying to adapt what I normally do to fit the video platform. I'm missing you all, and I hope you're enjoying these and staying safe and creative. Just wanted to show you a couple of artists that do some very expressive kind of scribbly artwork. So this is C.Y. Twombly. He was born in 1928 and died in 2011. So he got famous for doing these scribbly pieces of art. He also did some sculptures as well. And this is Jackson Pollock. He was known for pouring paint across his canvas and making all these paint splatters and quite messy gestural marks, and he was born in 1912 and died in 1956. So I'm just carrying on here doing my scribbly, messy art with big gestures. I hope you can see the relevance of doing this kind of art, and also, like, if you're just doing some normal art and it turns out messy and not as you were hoping, then I hope this sort of process frees you up to understand that it doesn't matter, and that was actually a helpful process to go through. And also, it's fine for doing art for art's sake, but if you felt that you wanted to, move this on and make it into something else, you could use this for other things. Often I do work and I felt they didn't work out how I wanted it to, so I might use it for something else. I might use it as a background to another piece of art. Maybe once this is all dry, you could think about Zentangling over the top. I have another video about Zentangle. I'll try and remember to link that up in the description. Or another interesting thing is if you look at sections of the artwork and cut it up. And this is what I'm showing you here. I've done some other artworks, and I've cut different sections of them up, and then I've made them into greetings cards, and played around with the composition of which ones I put together, and created greetings cards. So there's lots of things you can do. I'd encourage you not to throw your artwork away, as I said earlier, and even if you don't make it into something else, it's about the process, and that process is very important and can be helpful just to be focusing our minds on something else, and especially in this time of lockdown, like giving us something else to focus on, being able to be very expressive. Anyway, I hope this video has been helpful, and I hope you join me in my next video. Okay, bye for now.